Hi there, I'm meteorologist Robert Spetta, and we're always tracking the tropics. And today, not a lot to talk about as far as active systems, but I do want to break down this low chance of tropical development in the eastern Atlantic, what some of the more aggressive models are showing right at this moment, and what could hinder any development. Always remember these updates here online are meant to more of a descriptor so we can educate and you can make better decisions and you know what you're looking at when you do see some of these long-range models or anything trying to break something down there for you, and it very well could spook you from time to time. So let's talk about this first. First off, a low chance of tropical development from the NHC. 0% in the next 48 hours, 30% in the next 7 days. Basically, they're saying we're watching an area. This is not even a low-pressure area. It is not a invest area. It's just a tropical wave coming off the coast of Africa. Now, there are some model, specifically the GFS, which has been kind of aggressive on developing it, but it also turns it well towards north and keeps it well out to sea. The GFS also by this point, you can see right here, by Monday the 22nd, trying to develop a low in the Gulf as well. So it is trying to spit up a couple different systems here. The point is, you know, we do have plenty of convection out there. There's definitely a chance as we are right at the peak of hurricane season. So long-range models sometimes will show stuff like this, but at least for the near term, we're more looking at this dry air and Saharan dust, which is hindering the development of most tropical systems out here. And you can see right here, actually, this particular model showing that Saharan dust, and it kind of shows it wrapping into this tropical system trying to develop off the west coast of Africa, which would choke it out. Remember Gabrielle, or what we thought was going to be Gabrielle? It was Invest 91L. It was last week. Everybody was talking about it. That got choked out by Saharan dust. And the atmospheric conditions are still very similar in the area. So what's changed? Not much. And that's why I'm not terribly hyped or concerned about this area out there right now, but definitely it's worth watching because all we need is it to just kind of get away from that dry air and kind of envelop its own moisture location, and then you could see this intensify. So yeah, want to watch out for that. Main development region, the sea surface temperatures are still above average, and even across the Caribbean, outside of a little spot there, which is the leftovers of Erin that actually caused a lot of upwelling towards the east of Florida. Everybody else is above average. So it's really the dry air and increase in shear that is hindering tropical development at this time. But that warm sea surface temperatures, and once this kind of escapes that dry air, we could see things pop up. But at this point, don't look at one particular model or anything like that. Anytime you're looking 300 or plus hours out, because usually that is going to be incorrect. Always just trying to keep you posted on that. By the way, I do want to remember this. September 11th, 2001. And I got more information on this at firstcoastnews.com. We had Hurricane Erin, the 2001 version of Hurricane Erin. It was off the east coast of New York. And you know, a lot of us remember this satellite image right here of just showing the smoke plume moving from north to south with the winds there. I know when you look back at history, and it is interesting to think about what could have changed. What happened. It was very terrible. But imagine if Hurricane Erin was just a couple hundred miles further towards the west. The reason why things happened on September 11th, one of the reasons, was because the weather was very clear and calm, and there was very good visuals for anybody in an airplane up there. If we had a delay or cancellation of flights because there was a hurricane overhead, it is interesting to think about how history would have changed, then why it is important to always monitor the weather this time of year. Also, a big anniversary today for the state of Florida is this Hurricane Irma, which broke so many records. It was one of the fastest growing storms from a 0 to a Cat 3, one of the longest lasting Cat 5s on record, and some of the worst flooding we've ever seen on the First Coast and into the Jacksonville area along the St. Johns River, breaking records. I also have more information at firstcoastnews.com on that as well. So a lot of talk about out there today. This update real quick is just to kind of inform you on everything happening. Also, it's very quiet. This graphic above me, you might have noticed that, showing every single year since 2016 we've had a named storm, and we don't have one here on September 10th heading into the 11th. Always keep you posted on all of this, though. So check out firstcoastnews.com. I'm meteorologist Robert Spetta.